Welcome in. If I could get this to work, be cool. Why is it stuck? Why is it stuck? Give me a second. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It won't flip around on my phone. There we go. That's weird. Got a hobby and 3 blasters, guys. One hobby, 3 blaster. One hobby, 3 blaster. What's up, Teddy? How's your Wednesday? Dude, Bears hit in that break earlier, the 10 blaster we pulled through. Had a Bears relic. Sick. That's going to J Roll too. I'm trying to fill out this one hobby, 3 blaster, trying to get it going here. I'll run a spot down below, see if anybody's interested. A lot of good teams on that board still. 38 bones, one hobby, 3 blaster. You can't beat that value. Guy was doing 2 hobby box break, over $100 a spot. I'm doing one hobby, 3 blaster, $38 gets you one of the 24 remaining teams. We had 8 sell earlier yesterday, whatever you want to call it. A lot of good teams still on the board there. There are the Rams, Browns, Bills, Raiders, Giants, Tampa Bay. Just need something to kick us off, I think. Get some people attention wise. We had a guy thankfully fill for us in the 7, the 10 blaster break. And on we go though, we chug along. Again, we got a 10, a 1 hobby, 3 blaster break, random team live down below. If you want a certain team that's remaining in there, let me know and I'll run the spot at the price to just take them straight up. No randomization involved. What's up, Blue Blood? You want a spot in the hobby? I'm thinking there's a chromograph in there, man. A helix, maybe a hidden gem. Something nuclear would be crazy. What's up, accountant? do any accounting Wednesday on this Wednesday. But again, we got one hobby, three blaster live down below $38. Random team, there's 24 remaining. Big teams are still on the wheel. If you want a certain team, you don't want to do the randomization, let me know and I will run the spot at the price to solely take them. Again, people in pick your teams for one hobby, five hangers, two hobbies are doing over $100 a spot. That's insane. We're here clean and simple, $38, 24 teams remaining out of the 32. Um, they're not on screen, Blue Blood? What's that? What do you mean you can't see them? What's on screen right now? Is it not is it a black screen or what are we seeing? Okay, okay, oops, oops, oops. Did not realize that was black. My computer hadn't updated. Let me refresh again. Did it fix itself? Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Where's the fucking camera? We can see the three. Yes, I've blasters, does not like the last three, but I have five blasters here. Total three blaster, one hobby in this break. This one's the three. I have five total, so whenever we fill, I'll ask chat, what numbers you want out of five, and the three numbers they give me or the two numbers they say they don't want will be the break. But this is one hobby, three blasters. Let me edit my show notes too here. There we go. And we're live down below. One hobby, three blasters, $38. Random team in the break. 24 out of 32 remaining. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at that price. Welcome in, RD. We're doing one hobby, three blaster, random team. Thank you for the share. I do appreciate that. We have 24 out of 32 teams remaining in the break. $35 gets you a random team in the break. There are a lot of good teams still on there. But if you want to circumvent the random aspect of it, let me know in chat what team you're shooting for, and I'll run the spot at the price to take them directly off the wheel. Giants, let me see. They are probably one of the bigger teams remaining on there. Let's see. I know I sold the Chiefs for 60. Would you do 75 for New York Giants? Circumvent the randomization process. I mean, I sold the Chiefs for 60 and the Patriots for 50 yesterday. A little bit more hype associated with the Giants being Jackson Dart, Scattaboo, you know. Um, but yeah, just let me know. I understand completely. I mean, there's all there's always the wheel too, though, at 35 if that's what you want to do. Nunzio, thank you for jumping in there. I do appreciate that. We're gonna get you a random team in this one hobby three blaster break. Who are you shooting for down below? There are a lot of good teams left. And if you're confused, it only says 24 because 8 of them sold in a previous purchase. So that's why there's only 24. But we're going to randomize that for you now. Let's get a big, big name for you. Seattle, the Super Bowl champs. That's a solid take. And you hit our bronze tier up there. So if you check the rewards out, you get rewards for each tier. We just activated those the other day. I've been breaking for 2 weeks as of today. So thank you for taking that. And then you got some rewards up there too for reaching our bronze tier. I want to say that it's either like the platinum tier, you get like four $10 rewards, which I think that's fair. That's a fair deal. I shot my rewards out to a couple people before publishing them, like, hey, how do you feel about this? Does this seem fair? And the feedback I got was really good compared to like what other people were, banging around. But we got one team off the board, 9 taken in this break, 23 to go. Giants still alive. Raiders, Rams, Bears still alive. The Commanders still alive. Welcome in, Landon. We're doing one hobby, three blaster, random team, $35 down below. Bears, Bills, Giants, Tampa Bay, Raiders, and Rams all still alive. Big, big names. I haven't fully packaged up the hits from our 10 blaster earlier. These are the hits from our 10 blaster break we did earlier today that carried over from the same night. We had a Bears relic, Gabe Davis out of 50, Brashard Smith out of 99, purple out of 75 auto for Ashton Gillott, Chiefs out of 50, Chiefs 8 this break, Shador out of 275, and a Bucks out of 99. We were smacking earlier. I'm thinking the hobby's gonna have the same quality of hits. I mean, we were slamming. Welcome in. We're doing one hobby, 3 blaster, 23 teams remaining out of the 32. Welcome in. We got one hobby three blaster, one hobby three blaster, $35 random team down below. One hobby three blaster, random team down below. One hobby three blaster. One hobby three blaster, $35 random team. Again, 35 random team, one hobby three blaster break. One hobby three blaster, 35 random team. If you're looking for a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at the price to take them. One hobby three blaster, one hobby three blasters. One hobby three blasters in this break. One hobby three blasters. One hobby three blaster in the break. One hobby three blasters in the break. One hobby three blaster. One hobby three blaster down below. Random team. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at the price to take them. Pretty reasonable here. Nothing's too crazy. Giants still live. Tampa Bay, Washington, Bills, Bears, Raiders, all those big rookies still live on the wheel. All your big ticket name rookies are still on the wheel. $35 random team down below. $35 random team down below. 23 teams out of the 32 remaining. Big names are still on the wheel. Big names including the Giants, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Browns, the Bears. We pulled an out of 275 Shador earlier from a blaster. These blasters are hot. We've pulled 6 autos so far, another one earlier out of 75. Got one hobby, 3 blasters. One hobby, 3 blasters next. $35 random team down below. One hobby 3 blaster. One hobby 3 blaster. $35 random team. You break it down, that's very, very good value. A lot of cards will be ripped here. One hobby 3 blasters. One hobby 3 blasters. One hobby box 3 blaster boxes. One hobby 3 blasters in this break. One hobby box 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box 3 blaster boxes in this break. A lot of good teams on there. The Giants, Bucks, Browns still live. We ran our 10 blaster break earlier, pulled an auto, 2 out of 50s, and 2 out of 99s. We were on fire earlier in the blaster break. Now this is one hobby, 3 blasters, $35 random team. Giants still alive, Bucks still alive. We've have 9 teams taken, 23 remain. 9 teams taken, 23 remain. Plenty of good teams on the board, plenty of big, big names, plenty of big rookies to chase. Welcome in, guys. We got one hobby, 3 blaster, one hobby, 3 blaster boxes. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at the price for that team. Again, I'm very reasonable basing on what we got on offer. I see people doing 2 hobby boxes or a hobby box and 5 hangers charging double what I am here. This is great value, fast shipping. We got the rewards program up top. Everybody eats. We have one hobby, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes in the break. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes in the break. One hobby, 3 blaster in the break. One hobby, 3 blasters in this break. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes in this break. One hobby, 3 blasters live down below. Giants still live, Bucks still live, Bears live. One hobby, 3 blaster. $33 get you a random team. Can't beat that value. Cannot beat the value associated with this break. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. Varda, what's up? One hobby, three blaster in this break. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes in this break. One hobby, three blaster in the break. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby box, three blaster boxes in the break, guys. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby, three blaster boxes in the break. One hobby box, three blaster boxes, guys. One hobby, three blasters. One hobby, three blasters. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blaster, guys. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. $33 gets you a random team. Giants are still alive. Buccaneers still alive. Big names are on the board for the taking. Big names on the board, guys. Giants live. Tampa Bay live. Giants and Tampa Bay are live in the break. 33 gets you a random team. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at the price to select them. But again, guys, we have 23 teams to go. 23 to go in the break. 23 to go. Buffalo is still in this hobby blaster break. Giants still live. Bucks still live. Browns still live. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot for that team. I'm very reasonable. I mean, at $33 a start, you can't beat that for three blaster, one hobby box. Three blaster, one hobby box in this break. Three blasters, one hobby in the break, guys. Three blasters, one hobby. $33 random team, Buffalo Giants, Tampa Bay Commanders, Cleveland still alive. Three hobby or three blaster, one hobby in the break. Three blaster, one hobby, guys. Three blasters, one hobby in the break. $33 random team. Giants, Bills, Browns still live. Giants, Bills, Browns are still on the wheel. If you want a certain team, I can run that spot at the price to take them. Chances are it won't be much higher than what we're currently running the spots for. Giants, Tampa Bay, Commanders, Raiders, all on the wheel. $33 random team. 33 random team. $33 random team in this break. One blaster, one hobby, three blasters in the break, guys. One hobby, three blasters in this break. $33 random team down below. 23 teams remaining. 23 to go. Giants are still on the wheel, guys. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot for that team. Again, we got one hobby, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blaster live down below. One hobby, three blaster live down below. 23 teams out of 32. 23 to go. And then we rip the hobby and 3 of these blasters here. One hobby, 3 blaster. One hobby, 3 blaster in the break. One hobby, 3 blasters in this break, guys. One singular hobby box and 3 blaster boxes. One hobby box, 3 blasters. One hobby, 3 blaster. Plenty of cards on deck. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes available for the ripping. $33 random team. Was that a rabbit? Uh, Again, one hobby, 3 blasters, guys. $33 random team. One hobby, 3 blaster. One hobby, 3 blaster. One, bless you. One hobby, 3 blaster in the break, guys. One hobby, 3 blaster. 23 teams to go, and then we rip. Bless you. One hobby, 3 blaster. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes in the break. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby, 3 blasters. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes, guys. Bless you. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes on deck, ready to be ripped. 23 teams to go out of the 32 in the NFL. We are nearing it, guys. We have one hobby, 3 blaster, $33 gets you a random team. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at that. Chances are at 50 bucks you pick your team. One hobby, 3 blaster. One hobby box, 3 blaster boxes. One hobby, 3 blaster, $33 random team, 23 to go out of 32. That means we've taken 9 off the board, but the Bills, Giants, Bucks, Bears, Browns, Raiders, Rams, and Commanders are still on the wheel. That's 8 big teams out of the 23 remaining. Plenty of big teams on the board. $33 random team down below. One hobby, 3 blaster. We had a sick break earlier, guys, in the random for the 10 blaster. We pulled a relic, green, Shador out of 50, auto out of 75, another 99, another out of 50. The break was on fire. We just need to fill and crack this hobby, and then we will continue the spread. But $33 live down below, random team. If you want a certain team, let me know, and I'll run the spot at the price to take them solely. Giants, Bears, Bucks, Washington still on the wheel. Plenty of good teams to go, and we still have the rewards up top. If you hit certain levels, you get discounts. And they're still chugging along here. One hobby, 3 blaster, $33 random team. If you want a certain team, let me know, and I'll run the spot at the price to select them. Odds are it'll be relatively close to what we're doing currently to remove the gambling aspect of it. Heck, we'll give a stash or pass if someone jumps in for the 33. If you don't like your first team, we'll spin it again. That's fair, I'd say, you know? Again, one hobby, 3 blaster live down below. Whoever takes the next spot gets a stash or pass off rip. Again, guys, 23 teams to go, chugging along, $33. Whoever takes the next spot gets a free stash or pass. Stash or pass, whoever takes the next spot, $33. You don't like your first choice, we'll spin it again. Bears, Bills, Giants, Bucks, Washington. One third of the teams are bangers remaining out of the 23 we got. Yeah, it's weird, Blue Bloods. Like I was saying earlier, it was 14 days as of today doing this, and I don't know what it is as of yesterday and today. I just can't fill this hobby blaster one. I feel it's relatively fair prices compared to what other people are doing for the amount of boxes or product. Just I don't know. I don't have the following yet initially or something. But again, whoever takes the next pot will get a stash or pass. We'll spin the wheel a second time if they don't like their first pop up. JB, welcome in. We're doing one hobby, and then three blasters. Four total boxes, a hobby, and three blasters. One hobby, three blaster. Jeez, 2,000, 4,000 sold. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's the algorithm or some is like junk. Cause like again, yeah, you see people with I don't even know what to just call it, like ridiculous prices, getting people just throwing it away. But we persevere, we'll chug along. Yeah. And then I can't I struggle at 18 to start on the random wheel. I don't know. I don't know. Yep. Was live 8 hours the other night and we didn't fill. Usually it was 3 hours, sub 3 hours in the stream. Like my stream would end just over 3 hours, and that was with me ripping the cards. Yeah. Welcome in. We're doing one hobby, three blasters. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes, chat. Welcome in. We're doing one hobby, three blasters in this break. One hobby, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blaster in the break, guys. one hobby, three blaster boxes, $33 random team. If you want a certain team, let me know and I'll run the spot at the price to auto assign them. Very reasonable, I think, compared to other sellers' prices and amount of cards I see, but that's for you to decide. Again, we have $33 live down below. I had said whoever takes the next spot gets a free stasher pass. With 8 big teams on there still, that's a 1 in 3 chance or a 33% chance of getting one of the bigger teams. The Rams, it's a bit of a higher end team. I did sell the Chiefs for 60. If you wanted 60, I could do that for the Rams and Matt Stafford. The Patriots are taken in this break, Jacoby. That's why they're not on the wheel. This is a carryover from yesterday. The taken teams were New England, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, Carolina, Houston, Kansas City, and now Seattle. Um, this would be for the Rams. If you wanted the Rams, I would assign them directly to you for that. They're tan tracks if you're still in here. All right. I guess he left. Let's throw that up there if anybody wants that option. Welcome in. We're doing one hobby, three blaster random teams, but if you wanted to pick your team, let's say $55 is a fair price, and I'll auto assign your team of choice. Again, $33 down below, one hobby, three blaster for a random team. If you want to choose your team, $55, and I'll assign that team to you. Again, a lot of good teams left, 23 remaining. Giants, Bucks, Washington, Bears, Bills, Browns, Raiders still live. I see people doing 2 hobby box breaks, charging over $100 a team. And filling, which is the crazy part. And then I'm here in the pits of hell. Welcome in. We're doing one hobby, three blasters. One hobby, three blaster in the break. One hobby, three blasters. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blasters. One hobby box, three blaster boxes, guys. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby, three blaster. Not much going on. We got one hobby, three blaster in the break, guys. $33 a spot. 55 lets you assign the team you want. What happened? Who? Oh, where? Okay. Accountant, are you ever going to talk to me? Welcome in, guys. We're doing one hobby, 3 blasters. 1 hobby box, 3 blaster boxes, guys. I'm eager to rip. 23 teams to go. We're chugging along. Welcome in, guys. 1 hobby, 3 blasters. $32 start for 32 teams in the NFL. 23 to go. 37 hits you a stash or pass. 45 a C2, pick one. And if you want to pick what team you want, 55 bones. Welcome in. one hobby, three blaster. We filled the 10 blaster and ran that this afternoon. You can catch that recap on my YouTube, PROZVCHYT. Yeah, I'll go. I didn't finish packaging everything. I can go over what it was real quick. We hit a Bears rookie relic out of a blaster out of 99 for the Bucks. Shadur 275. Trent McDuffie out of 50 pigskin. Out of 75 Chiefs auto. Out of 99 Chiefs rookie. And then out of 50 again pigskin parallel for the Bills. So it was a loaded break and we struggled to fill it, you know. Like we're on a fucking tear, man. The what we pulled in the past 2 weeks of me starting to do this is like crazy. Yeah, thank you. Like we pull the heat. I don't know. It's like 6 autos total. Uh 4 or 5 relics, 2 light boards, 4 out of 99s, 3 out of 50s. But again, $32 live down below, 1 hobby, 3 blaster. We have 23 teams remaining. We're ever so closer. Usually we fill the breaks in under 3 hours. I don't know what's been going on lately, the past 24 or 36 hours. It's just my account must be shadow blocked or something. I don't know. But we were running it up in 2 weeks. We've got over 400 orders out the door. We've ripped over 1,000 plus cards. Had insane luck. 2 Urban Legends case hits. Plenty of bangers all throughout our breaks. And now we have the hobby here. I'm feeling a chromograph in there. I feel like there's a chromograph in this hobby. And the Bills, Giants, Tampa Bay, and Cleveland are all still on the wheel. Only teams that are really, really big off are New England, Jacksonville, Tennessee. Everything else is still live. Uh, just need one. One to start the avalanche or something, maybe. What's up, guys? What's up? We got 1 hobby, 3 blaster, NFL Chrome, $32 to start, 32 NFL teams. 9 are off the board. 23 remain. We're a quarter of the way there. We are 1 quarter there. Nearly there. Welcome in. We have 23 teams to go in the hobby and 3 blasters. Would love to fill this, please. 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 Please, somebody. I'd said earlier before, the next person that buys a spot gets the stasher pass regardless of what it sells for there. That still stands because no one's bought a spot since. So if you don't like your first option, we'll spin it again. Yep. And the fucking Penguins lost. Yay. Mm. Mm. Welcome in. Random team. 1 hobby. 3 blaster. I just need someone to dip their toe in. What's up, ET? What's up, guys? How's everybody's Wednesday? What's up? What's up, man? What's up? How's your Wednesday? Trying to rip one hobby and 3 blasters. Trying to. What was that? Huh? My rabbit was misbehaving. That's great. One hobby, 3 blasters, guys. One hobby, 3 blaster. I had said before, the next person that picks a team gets the stasher pass. So whoever takes the next spot will get a stasher pass regardless of what it's taken at. What's up? We're trying to fill one hobby, 3 blaster here, random team. A lot of good cards on the forefront here. We can pull big stuff from the hobby. We pulled big stuff from the blasters. We did 10 blasters earlier, pulled an auto, 2 out of 50s, and out of 99 times 3. They were smacking earlier. We have 23 to go in this hobby and blaster break. How's you guys' Wednesday if you're hanging out, though? Noted. Don't ask about their day. Don't ask about the chat today. They will swipe away. May. Hey. What do you say? Janice, what's up? That's a good name. What's up? We have one hobby, three blaster. The rabbits are going crazy. They're being so bad right now. This helps me buy them veggies. This helps me buy my rabbits veggies. I have four. They are my four children. What's up, guys? If you hear jingling in the background, that's my rabbit. Plural, rabbits. My rabbit made an escape attempt. My rabbit escaped from its enclosure. He's hanging out right now. Yeah, Fab. Joe, you here? Are you still here, Fab? I'm sorry, my rabbit was misbehaving. Are you here right now? Joe, check it out. Check it out. I didn't package everything up. We ran the 10. If you want to watch the full recap, it's on my YouTube. But your Chiefs were fucking smacking. All right, so we had a rookie relic for the Bears, right? Bills, Gabe Davis, gold out of 50. Chiefs out of 99. All right, that was the first one. Let me reorganize this so we yeah, Chiefs out of 99. Chiefs out of 50 from earlier in the 10 blaster. Shador out of 275, Buccaneers out of 99 green, and then out of 75 rookie auto for your edge rusher. That was our 10 blaster break earlier. Yeah, I'll have these packaged up later tonight and ready to go shipping to the post office tomorrow. No problem, man. Thank you for jumping in. I do appreciate it. It's looking like I'm probably gonna have to refund this hobby break because we're just not getting it anything rolling really. I don't know why, compared to like what I see other breakers doing, price wise, box amount wise, stuff like that. So probably have to refund, everybody who bought into the hobby break, the 9 people, but I'll still have the product. I'm not going to open it. So again, I can just reload and reload a break again and go again. I might try 5 blasters instead of 3, but I don't know. I really don't know what, like, I saw a guy with a hobby last night and 5 hangers, and he was filling like no fucking problem. But the guy was running 2 hobby boxes, pick your team, charging over $100 a team. Like he wanted 300 fucking dollars for the Browns and 2 hobby boxes. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't understand it. But yeah, so probably looking at a refund you on the Chiefs spot in this break later tonight. So sorry about that. But again, I'm gonna reload another one for like I think I have a show scheduled tomorrow. I'll probably reload another one in there. I don't know if it'll be random or pick your team, but if you wanted the Chiefs again, I can always coordinate that with you, my friend. But again, I do appreciate you jumping in on the 10 blaster. Chiefs Chiefs smacked. No, I understand. I have some people like um messaging asking about refunds already because it didn't fill that first night. Um so like in the event like of refunding them because that 2-day window ends or whatever to fill the break or send the package out, uh it just makes more sense to I guess refund them all. Um but again, I can in a sense reserve that chief spot for you for what I had told you the same time before. Maybe yeah, maybe like if I bump it up to 5 blaster, add $10 more if that sounds cool. But yeah, I don't know. I can definitely bookmark you the Chiefs, my friend. Chiefs Kingdom. How you feel about their draft? How do you feel about how they drafted? Yeah, I definitely think they made out better than my Steelers. Uh, I still can't believe this. I'm I'm definitely expecting to hear about a fine going the Steelers front office way for that blunder with the receiver. But in a sense, the Steelers have a habit of picking like problem receivers, so maybe the Eagles saved us on something. Do you guys still have Juju? Is he still on the Chiefs? Listen, yeah, you guys took a year off to heal, make everybody doubt you guys, and then yeah, get Pat Mahomes back to 110%, and he's still got enough years in him to carry you guys as much as you need. I think my Steelers are a few and far years away, and we just keep building the defense. We got Mike McCarthy as the head coach this year, so we'll see what he can do. We can't blame Tomlin anymore if we suck. Yeah, no, this is I'm super excited. Very, very excited for the NFL season to come. Although that'll make me a little sad because then that'll mean it's already September. Where had the year gone? Yeah, yeah. I'm only 26, and it feels like with how like my regular job schedule, it really fucks with my days and what's what. And then Like, it's about to be May. It's gonna be May already. Ugh. Yeah, it's been like I'm a big F1 fan, right? So this past month, there's not been a race. I build fiberglass shit for trucks. So, like, when you're on the highway and you see that tractor trailer with those fins on it or the parts of the trailer, I might have made them. I may have made them. Yeah, I'm a big F1 fan, and there's not been a race this past month. There is one this weekend, but it's been rough. It's felt like dragging on and on. The Penguins just lost, so that's a nice kick in the crotch too, to Philadelphia of all that. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Self-employed. Oh, you're your own boss. That's the best kind of job. The best kind of job right there. I bet your wife loves her kitchen or her bathroom. Uh, Did the promotions I ran too the past 2 days really didn't net me anything. I think like 1 or 2 new people and then some followers, but if they're bots, then it doesn't mean anything. It's kinda how it goes. Was making another guy millions and fucking I can do now about her. That's definitely like, yeah, million. That I mean, yeah, now you make the millions there. I can imagine, like, getting your footing for, like, the first few years before you have, like, I don't wanna say reputation, because like, obviously, you as a worker could have a reputation in your area. Like, "Oh, Jim, he's a real hard worker." Um, but then, like, when you put it under another entity and you go out, like, I could Google remodeling for my bathroom, and I might get 15 people that pop up. "What's up, Keith?" But then, it takes a little time to get yours up there if you don't wanna promote it or do anything like that. Even that doesn't even guarantee clicks, because then there's people that look at, like, reviews and stuff and base that, like I know I do for stuff. Yeah, that's the way to have it. Because look, you train enough people under you that you trust to put them on their own jobs. Eventually, you'll just be the one answering the phones in your little office saying, "Yeah, yeah, I'll send a guy over to check it out, see what we can draw up for you." Yes, that's what it is. It's like they say when you're young, you have the time and the energy, but you don't have the money. When you're in your middle, you don't have the money, but you have the time and the energy. Or no, I'm fucking it all up. You know what I'm saying though. You're gonna get there and have all 3. The time, the energy, and the money. Yes. Yes. No, no handouts. Handouts aren't opposed, but you have to do something with it in my eyes. Like, you can hand somebody 10 grand, but if then they don't do anything with that $10,000, did they, like, earn it in a sense or earn what they came from it? I like success stories. That's awesome to hear, man. Yeah, I can imagine, like, finishing a project, looking back at what it was before, and then seeing what you yourself made in a sense is very satisfying. I, uh, I got a house this past year, like, a year ago coming up, and that was, like that felt real good to do that, like, accomplish that, you know? It's not the greatest house. It's not the worst house, though. I definitely looked at way, 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 way worse houses for, more or less money than I paid for my current one. Yeah. Yeah, like, they'll take peeks in and stuff, see it in the process, possibly question, whether you're following what they asked for, or if they said just go for it. And then yeah, you unveil the finished, cleaned up, showroom bathroom product, kitchen, living room, and a basement, and they're like, "Wow." And then they write that fat check. Or well, they probably wrote the fat check first, and then you bought the materials. But again, I don't have customer interaction in my job. I'm in a factory 12 hours a day, so I did work on the computer for customer service credit cards, and they were credit building credit cards, so, like, 9 out of the 10 people you got weren't the most financially savvy or pleasant when they were calling in, and, but that one person that when you would really help them, or, like, the angry person that when you did help them, or they understood what you were saying and they changed their tone, it did feel good, but boy, was I happy to get off the phone. Did not enjoy the yelling at me, like, "I'm not the one that didn't pay your bill, buddy. I'm just the one you have to call to pay your bill." What's your favorite thing to renovate, though? A bathroom, a kitchen, a basement, exterior, interior? I'm gonna give it till midnight. Give it till midnight. And then, yeah, if I don't fill at midnight, I'll refund everybody and, get ready to go again. It'll be a hobby and 5 blaster at that point, though. Probably do random again, but again, bathrooms. Bathrooms probably are, like, what everybody wants updated the most, cause like, you can make a kitchen and, like, superficially look better by just putting nicer appliances in there, but a bathroom, you gotta, like, rip the motherfucker shower out, tub, flooring, tiling, sink. You can change a bathroom with, like, a lot of simple touches, but a lot of time it's a big one. 3 days, damn, that's fast. That's one guy, that shows a steady hand and lots of practice. 2 a week, 2 bathrooms a week, that's do you get people, like, say you do 1 bathroom, then they have you do the other? Or if they have 2 bathrooms, do they have you do both in one go? What would you say pops up more common? I have a rabbit in one of my bathrooms. Yeah, 50. Yeah, I can imagine, like, at least if you get them for 1, then they see the finished product, and then when they decide, "Oh, I don't like this bathroom as much anymore," they can be like, "Oh, let's call that guy again. He did a good job on our first one." Where did I put that? Oh, it's over there. Oh, where did I put that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna wind up refunds. We got one hobby, three blaster, 23 teams to go. Oh, thanks, man. Have a good drive. Yeah, I'm gonna get up early and go to work too. Enjoy your night. Thanks for jumping in, and yep, I'll save the Chiefs for you, bud. What's up, guys? We're doing one hobby, three blasters. One hobby, three blasters. 23 teams remaining. Enjoy your night. 23 teams remaining in this one hobby, three blaster break. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby, three blaster break. One hobby, three blasters in this break. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blasters, guys. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. 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 One hobby, three blaster. One hobby box, three blaster boxes, guys. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby box, three blaster boxes, guys. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby, three blaster. 23 teams remaining. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby, three blaster in this break. We blew through a 10 blaster earlier. Now we have one hobby, three blasters. One hobby box, three blaster boxes. Nothing's going right now. This is awesome. One hobby, three blaster. One hobby, three blasters.